Good evening, Glasgow. Tonight, we have been informed that James Dordan, our MSP, is leaving the social media platform Twitter due to receiving a string of online abuse from the old firm Football Supports. The SPN politician, who is one of the candidates that replaced Angus Robinson as deputy leader of the party, said he is no longer going to waste his time and claimed to be on the receiving end of hate from both the Rangers and Celts fans, stating later that the fans were grown men acting like upset children. Doran later explained that he will still post on the platform while in office if there is something of importance that needs to be addressed. In other news, the Scottish Youth Theatre could be saved from closure tonight. The boss of Scotland's art agency has said it may be able to help save the Scottish Youth Theatre from shutting down under an alternative funding plan. The theatre had announced its imminent closure after failing to secure a regular funding plan from Creative Scotland. Creative Scotland's chief executive, Janet Archer, recently told the BBC it was possible the theatre could make up a shortfall through project funding applications. The youth theatre has been working on a plan to win direct government funding. The Glasgow-based organization, which has been running for more than 40 years, has helped shape careers of international stars like Karen Gillan. The funding decision created by Creative Scotland means the Scottish Youth Theatre, which cost over £6,000 a year to run, has a funding gap from 2018 to 2021, amounting to a third of its required income. Ms. Archer later stated that Creative Scotland was not able to fund them all, and that awards were based on merit. Now, let's see what the weather has in store for us today. In the north of the country, it's very windy and cold. There is a high chance of rain as well, so don't leave home without your umbrella. The temperature is around 10 degrees centigrade. In the east, it's rainy all day today, I'm afraid. There may be a thunderstorm in the early afternoons. The temperature is a bit higher, at about 13 degrees. In the west and middle of the country, the weather is dry, but extremely cloudy, so no rain for you. But it is quite windy, and the temperature is just about 10 degrees. The south of the country has the best weather today. It's cloudy most of the time, but it's sunny this afternoon. The temperature is around 15 degrees. We are now going back to our news on the Scottish Youth Theatre Group. This evening, Chief Executive Jackie Harder said that this new plan is a part of a proposal to get national company status for the organization. There are now big changes in the works for this plan. Creative Scotland said limited funds meant it may not be able to support the theatre, but added that it had been working with the organization on alternative routes of support. Ms. Harder told BBC Scotland that the youth theatre had been caught in a process because it was required to make its funding application a year in advance, at a time when it was making such big changes for improvement. We hope to hear more information on this subject coming up very soon. Earlier today, police were forced to close a few train stations after people started storming in and climbing onto the tracks. Within hours, King's Cross was shut down to stop protesters getting on the tracks. Both stations have reopened. In Manchester, another protest has started up due to the huge frustration among travelers after one of the country's busiest stations were closed down for 3 hours, causing trains to be cancelled and long delays for travelers. Mel Blockley tweeted she was stuck at Manchester Oxford Street Station trying to get home to see her son. The tweet stated, "Stuck at Manchester Oxford train station due to this protest. Not sure what we've all done wrong. Thanks for causing such a disruption. It's Mother's Day and I have a little boy to get home to." This concludes our broadcast for tonight. We are ending off our show with the 5-day weather forecast. Good night, listeners. Good night.